Oh, fuck.
Arc vitals are the levels you need. Got it. Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Yeah, I was recording the pre thing, so because you just kept
we
talking.
Recorded it all?
Yeah.
Were we pushing the C word live?
We're live.
Matt, I know we were live. Were we live on the comment?
Yeah, that's why I stopped it and then started it.
My question to you was the banter live stream that we just had, because the FCC is going to make a phone call here for sure.
Well,
HFR.
We can't even see it.
From the floor, shadow ban in full effect.
All we see is HFR.
You can't see me?
No.
Dude, I don't know what's going on.
Well, we just called it a day. So you can go do whatever you got to do.
I don't see me either. What's going on?
Well, it says your video's not on.
It says my video's not on.
Ask to start video.
Start my video. Bingo. Did I start?
Yep. See you now.
You can see me? I can't see anything.
You give the guy a day off, and this is what he comes back with.
HFR from the Matrix, currently blue-pilled, mistrade, suspended, still. Proudly wearing the Detroit Red Wings. Not much of a game 7 in that Ranger game.
Glad I didn't care about it.
They just, the Rangers goalie was ridiculous.
Tampa's going to whomp them anyway. So
all right, I'll take the other side of that.
I know you will.
I'll take the other side. 100 days until football, Matt. The only thing going to save America is football. That's what I'm saying. You heard it here first. Please retweet the stream right now. Please. I'll ask you again. Please.
There's nothing that's going to save Canada.
Dude, full on communism. Shrimp Mojo not available in Canada because we won't sell it to communists.
And quite simply, find out if you can travel to Canada as a foreign national.
Not yet, Matt. You
will not be allowed. You will not be allowed, even if you tested negative for COVID. You can't spend time.
Well, how about Jordan Peters? One was furious because his father couldn't come to his granddaughter's wedding, his daughter's wedding in California, because his father wasn't jabbed, and he can't leave the country.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
It's
sounds right. Matt, good times.
Let's talk about.
And they're going to try to take away your guns too. Good luck.
Narratives. This is the last refuge, saying Clinton's team made it all up. Durham found out easily, and Clinton's team admitted it now. Yet no one seems curious as to how Robert Mueller spent 2 years, 40 million, 2,800 subpoenas, 40 agents, 19 DOJs, 500 witnesses, and not figure that out. Seems to me, Matt, that the deep state is alive and well.
Oh, and as we came on, they just announced the verdict acquittal of Sussman. So all's good.
Everything's good.
The deep state is fine in DC. You do not have a jury in DC that is going to vote against you. It's all good, baby. It's all good.
Politics, a sadness generator out of Elon Musk. And I'm ready to turn it all off. I don't know what to say, Matt, but it reminds me of this, Matt. They talk about real estate in a free society. That real estate should go to its highest and best use. When I saw this, I actually think the liquor store should be on the left. It should be liquor, bankruptcy, divorce.
Yeah.
But it works this way too.
It works both ways.
Bankruptcy, divorce, liquor. Highest and best use is what.
Or just get rid of the BK and just put divorce liquor. All three of them work. Really, you can go all ways. So it's a three-way jet. This is a word. This is a Wordle problem. All three of those together.
By the way, still only lost one on Trump. Got it yesterday. It was a tough one. It was atoll, Matt. Atoll. Trump.
Good thing my mother-in-law lived on one of those, so I know what it is.
An atoll. Case-Shiller home prices soar in March, Matt. Is that the blow-off top? I think we've been calling the blow off top for a while now in
real estate never goes down. That's all I know. I'm hearing it from everybody in town. Don't worry, you're safe. It's Aspen.
All right, man. I'm throwing this out here because we didn't even talk about it. Listen, I'm under the gun here. I'm a time constraint today. But is there an ETF that's strictly retail? Like strip mall, the liquor, alcohol.
I mean, we've talked about them before, but XHB is the home builders and IYR is the composite of all the real estate. So that would be the closest thing, I think. And then, there's different REITs that you can buy. So
hold on. So let's look at one. You look at oil because everything comes back to oil.
Oh, there's no bull. I mean, there's a bull market in oil. We talked about it. 110. Now we're already to 120. I mean, well, what else can we do for you? 10% gain, Bob. We've had a 10% gain since we talked about it mid WEF. It was probably last Tuesday, Wednesday. We talked about it. This thing's going to break out one way or the other after or as they fire up the jets to fly back home. And by the way, where was Greta at that meeting? How come she wasn't there this year?
She was on Leonardo's yacht.
Oh.
Yes. I mean, XRT, the old radio station in Chicago, WXRT, Spider S&P Retail ETF, XRT. This is how we do it. Never looked at this before. Never, ever. XRT.
Well, I was looking at oil. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Bring up XRT. I never saw oil. It's supposedly
oil hit 120 this morning. It has sold off. But Bob, what can I tell you? That is bullish. Buy the pullbacks. Buy BTFD, baby. Nothing's changing. We're going to test that high of 130. Just a matter of when. We're already on our way. And fully retraced, fully loaded, and ready to rock and roll to 150. I think your 150 is next.
Man, does that look bullish?
I mean, it is cup and handle, man. That cup and handle is what, 40 points. So 40 points. So yeah, 170, I would say, could be a good target for you.
And now you got Biden, and of course they're going to have a White House meeting with the Fed, right?
But don't you go back and think about Peter Sellers and being there right now? You got Biden.
I still haven't watched it. Chauncey the gardener. I know most of the story now.
Well, but now like watching Chauncey the gardener when you have Biden the boob. I mean, it's really like you would I gotta watch it with you again because it's gonna be good. By the way, doubleheader this weekend for me went full 80s. Started with because we were gonna go see Top Gun, but it was sold out. Good news.
And I supposedly got great reviews.
Got great reviews. And, we went from, we watched Top Gun original, which was great. Loved the whole patriotic theme running through it. That's really what the movie's all about. And you think about the time when it was made, it was Reagan. It was mid second term Reagan, 86 when that movie came out. Like full Cold War, right? Now we're full real war and we got the boob at the controls. And, then the second movie that we watched in the doubleheader that evening was Purple Rain, 1984.
Solid. All right, Matt, listen, XRT, bring it up. XRT. Classic rock, Chicago, XRT.
It's currently at 66.66 as we trade. Why'd you just do that to me? I'm never touching this thing.
Anyway, divorce, what was it? Bankruptcy and liquor not looking so good in the retail ETF, strip malls, et cetera, et cetera. Matt, that looks like
had a nice little, 20% rally, 56 to 67. Bull market's back.
Now that is a great place to sell into the meat of this.
Yeah. We ticked. And again, we barely got, this is a 610 chart. So they can't even get it back to the value zone.
Right on, man. Right on. Lee, you're late. I wanted to bring up one other thing.
Let's talk about what a great weekend of sports we had. We had the lacrosse semis and finals. The girls Final Four was amazing. Northwestern was beating the number one North Carolina Tar Heels like 9-0. And Northwestern is a notorious power, and they lost. And then North Carolina goes on to beat the traditional power BC in the final by 12-11. What a weekend. And then the boys, the young men, man, I got to say, it's some of the best lacrosse I've ever seen. The Final Four, you had Cornell upsetting Rutgers. And then they had the final against Maryland, who had taken care of Princeton in their other Final Four. So you had a Big Ten Ivy matchup. You had Big Ten Ivies in both semis.
And then
you
Cornell made it close.
They made it close, but it was 9-3 at halftime. And then they played a good second half. I think Maryland scored 1 in the second half. That was it. So they were dominating, and they couldn't score in the second half. Good defense, stifling. 9-7. It was looking. They limped into the final. And the West Coast boys, you had DeMaio, had 4 out of San Diego. Used to play with one of my sons. And then Ajax just dominated defensively for Maryland. The Lake Oswego kid out of Portland just tore it up. Proud to see the kid out there. Ajax Zapatello looked great out there. What a tournament. It was fun to watch, Bob.
Man, I cannot find the what I wanted to bring up was Gavin Newsom's testimony. Did you see that?
No.
They were asking him like
why jabs and getting COVID.
Yeah. Why the emergency orders need to, like, what is the metric of you? And he refused to comment. It's like he was taking the stand. He's pleading the fifth. Yeah. This is the governor of California pleading the fifth on the methodology for the state of emergency over COVID.
Well, he doesn't know.
Dude, how do you not answer it? Matt, this just in, I'm going to get rid of me because I want to read this. Because last year, remember at July 4th, your picnic was going to be as cheap as ever. Finally, want to address the incorrect and floating around our social media and few other media outlets claiming that we've increased the price of our $1.50 hot dog and soda combinations sold in our food courts. Let me say the price when we introduced the hot dog soda combo in the mid 80s, back to Top Gun, was $1.50. The price is $1.50 today. No plans to increase the price at this time. From Costco's, Matt, let's talk lost leaders and let's talk how many people are Costco going to get to buy the $50 membership so they can get a $1.50 hot dog and live on that every day for the rest of the administration. I don't know your thoughts, and maybe bring up the Costco chart. I know we've talked about it.
Yeah, Costco had a bounce last week, like everything. So, the bear market's over. So yeah, people are back filling up $1,200 carts just to buy your bread and milk now. But I guess that's okay. I guess that's good for Costco.
You go to Costco to get bread and milk, you leave with a chest freezer and a half a cow. I'm not sure how that works, but don't fear, the $1.50 asshole and lips will be available at Costco for the foreseeable future. That actually had this for Friday's show that we never did.
We've gone 613 down to we traded down to about 400 and we bounced to 480, trying to fill that gap after the shitty warning that they had. So I mean, if you're looking for a good sell, I think you're at it again. I don't see, I mean, the last couple of times I went to Costco in the last few weeks, it's pretty empty in there and people are being pretty picky and pretty choosy. You still fall, now 20 items is, like I said, $1,000. So be careful with the 20 items you choose. Because the average price in there is $50 per item. Forget about the $1.50, as you said.
I mean, seriously, what happens in November? And this is why what happens in November when gasoline is $10 a gallon? Because it doesn't seem like it's reached it. I mean,
and natural gas. I mean, here we are. Even though
bring it up. We haven't talked, Natty. We didn't even talk about it last week.
But even though, we're talking about it and it's been, it's summer in some places.
Yeah, here in Bend, Oregon, by the way, coldest, wettest May in 74 years. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. 74-year record.
Definitely worse I've seen in my 21. But look at this, 950. hit a high of 950 last week, Bob, and have been, selling off a little bit down here to 847. Still looks bullish to me. I don't know about you. This is just a 610 chart. Yeah, any dips you can get to the $6 range, you'd probably be a buyer again. But I don't know if you're going to see those prices anytime soon. I just that's bullish. And again, we're not even in the winter months. Wait until the.
I mean, yeah, this is the crazy thing. The other thing I too saw, so it's got to be some part of this is part of the metric of people trading the curve, because they said summer months are over winter months in natty gas, and that very, very, very rarely happens.
Right.
And most of the time, that's a major market squeeze on that particular spread.
So, we're having kind of a squeeze just like we had in March here in May. So maybe the M months are going to be the squeeze months, and maybe we're done for the year with squeezes. I don't know.
Well, we got end of the month, not end of the quarter, but for sure they've kick saved to some extent.
892 was the close on the NASDAQ. We're at 752. So I'm not going to say for sure, absolutely, that we're not going to get, be green for the month. I mean, we only need another 150 points. Why wouldn't we? I mean, Powell and Biden are meeting. Maybe Powell's got the algo ready to roll for the meeting. Don't worry, Chief Commander. I've got you covered. We're going to be green this month. We're going to have a green little nibble.
Matt, let me just share something here, because that's why they call it trading. This next little piece here that I want to share. I got to find the right. Let's go spoogies. Oh, they changed it on me. Son of a billy goat. No, that's right. Man, I got something wrong in the matrix. Definitely something wrong in the matrix. Hold on.
Aragon.
The Aragon Ballroom, everyone.
I haven't been there in a while.
I actually call it the Tarragon Ballroom, usually. And now we got a Frank commercial. I am all kinds of messed up today, man. Holy cow. Holy cow. Man. Oh my God. We're not gonna share this one, are we? I'm gonna stay at the Aragon. All right, and if I can share, I want to share this. All right, we got the spoos. This is the daily. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
All right, beautiful.
I'm trying not to throw up.
Beautiful. The daily, and I want you to notice how on the daily view, these standard deviation lines have turned. We're positive here. All right, so now we have a
not the lower two, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm concentrating on the up momentum level, which is kick positive, and the potential on the upside. Those two bands are kicking higher. Positive potentiality, but it's important now because we always talk about the longer term fractal being more important, right? And so on the shorter, on this time frame, the daily, we have turned bullish here, but the daily runs into the weekly, and the weekly still isn't. And so we've talked about before on a profile basis where this rally could take us to. And for me, the extreme would be 44.40, this upper momentum level, 44.40 in the spoos. Still negative slope on the weekly. If this daily can continue into this week and close out this week strong, maybe we take out 42.50 as the weekly average, and then 44.53 becomes that up momentum level on the weekly. Again, there will be an argument here at these levels, just like there's arguments when you point them out on the profile. But for sure, you cannot say that on a daily time frame that this isn't a healthier look than we've had in quite some time. So last time they saved March, we had this run. Will we save May the same way? Looks like it, but then we start June and we had shared before, Matt, how I got to get away from the Aragon. Come on. Let's stop with this
shenanigans.
these shenanigans. And let's stop that. June, there's a lot of talk about the amount of flows that are going to come in at the end of the quarter. The question remains.
So much money on the sidelines. So much money on the sidelines.
Yeah. No, the Aragon Park West. I've seen a ton of good shows there too. Got thrown out of a few also, I might add.
You bad shows?
Sir, would you please leave? Yes, I will. Yes, I will leave.
I will be happy to.
I certainly will. All right, what a disheveled show. You know, you miss one day and all of a sudden all of your work throughs are no longer visible and available.
Especially with the content that I provided you last night. It's disappointing, I got to say.
Too much content.
So much content.
There's so much ridiculous bullshit narratives in the world that it's hard to even talk about it. And we're a trading show anyway.
Most of what I was talking about was trading. That's why it was such a good content. It's hard to believe that you didn't.
Listen, I have my own set of issues. All right, that's what we got. Marketvillas.io is the community. Please share, retweet, plagiarize the broadcast far and wide. Join us at Marketvillas.io and add a layer of discipline by having fellow traders call you out on your bullshit.
Yeah, you're bullshit today. You're bullshit.
Absolutely. Matt, that's all I got. That's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow.
We got the Memorial this week. Who do you like?
I got to tell you, man, I watched the end of the Charles Schwab, where they played for the Plaid Jacket, and that was exciting as can be.
Won? I didn't see.
Oh, Scheffler got in a playoff with his best friend.
Really? Who's that?
I forget the kid's name that won it.
Whose best friend won it?
The best friend on the first playoff hole drained like a 22-footer from off the green putt.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Awesome.
That was great too, because Scheffler just went, nice putt.
Yeah, I don't mind losing to that.
I don't mind losing to that, exactly.
I didn't have to miss this to lose that.
That's what we got. Please visit Amazon.com and support Jeff Bezos and Manja TV and order some Shrimp Mojo dry rub.
Amazon for today. They're very green today. Very green.
Everything's great. Everything's great. All right. Congratulations to Michael Sussman and the ability to evade. I mean, amazing. The truth of the story is not being denied. It was all made up, yet nobody's going to pay. It's amazing. That's the world we live in.
He's free to sing. He's free to go out and do his thing.
Have a great day, man.
Wow. Be careful out there, okay?
See ya.
Make sure you wear goggles so you don't have a scratch cornea like I do today.
See ya.